Hello! It's Carolyn coming at you from the Twisted Ewe. It is 10 a.m. on a Thursday morning, and here I find myself at the store, chit-chatting with some of my favorite people. So if you get on here, drop a link or drop a little thing and say hi, comment, hi, how you doing? How are things on this beautiful Thursday? It's got a lovely, lovely layer of clouds out there, nice overcast, good for photography. Might possibly have a little snow, plenty up in the mountains, that's always fun. So here I am in front of the fire, got the fire going. It's a beautiful day for a fire. So you can come on in and check out the fire. All right, kind of killing some time here, waiting for a few people to jump on. It's just me today. It is just me. That's all you're getting. So I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible. Although, I don't know, the stuff I want to talk about today, we're going to sort of get into a little bit of what it is that I'm doing. Good morning, Cynthia. Love your scarf. Ooh, I'm going to tell you all about it here in just a minute. Anyhow, I'll get into that in a minute. We're just going to start with what we always start with, okay? What am I wearing? Well, today I am wearing the Honey Moss by Andrea Mallory, and I knit this out of hole in the wool. They're worsted weight. I'll get a little close. You can see that pretty cable on that side, and then it transforms into this nice little lace pattern. So it was a fun knit. It went pretty fast. These cables were a blast. And I have a nice little shawl pen holding this together. Oh, my little owl. My little owl. So anyhow, like I said, it was a great knit. Andrea does such a good job of writing patterns, so highly recommend this one. We have just a little bit of the hole in the wool left. We might have to get some more in soon. But hey, guess what? We still have our trunk show. It's going to be here for a whole nother week from Dye Lot Studios. And she's got some great worsted weights that would knit up beautifully with this. So come in and check that out. What am I knitting? Okay, so my mom is an avid downhill skier. Okay, she just loves to ski. And then helmets became a thing, and she would refuse to wear a helmet. She always had these cute little stocking caps with pom-poms on them and refused to wear a helmet. We finally talked her into wearing the helmet, and then she would complain that it whistled, you know, with the gaps or whatever, her head would get cold. So I knit her up a cute little just skull cap. And it's worked beautifully. She hasn't complained about wearing her helmet since, which was great. And then my mom just committed the cardinal sin, right? And she knows better, so it was purely by accident that the hat ended up in the washing machine. And it might have felt it a little bit and no longer fit her head. So I am in charge of making her another hat. So this is, and it's called the Swirl Hat by Mandel Harrington, and it is a super easy, quick knit. It is so much fun. This is, see that I can get this little extra hair. Yeah, it's the Swirl Hat. It's coming along nicely. I'm just about ready to start doing the decreases. It's super quick. I'm knitting it with Malabrigo's. Which one am I knitting it with, Callie? Arroyo. I think it's a sport weight, and I thought it was a sock weight. It was some yarn left over from another thing that I did, and oops, it might end up being a little big. I don't know. We'll see. But those darn swatches, after preaching about them last week, and I didn't do a swatch for this, I just went to knitting. It happens. I'm sure there'll be somebody that the hat will work for, if not my mother. I gotta go through some of these comments. They're not rolling. Hi, Tracy. Good morning, Julia. Or Julie, excuse me. I have a friend named Julie. They call her Julie a lot, but I love Julia. That is her name. Kay, good morning. Yeah, Julie, the swirl hat, like I said, it's super easy and it's adorable. And I love the way that these Malabrigo colors are knitting up. It's been a lot of fun. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and make her two. You know, have a little backup in case we have this little accident again. God bless her. Okay, so good morning, Denise. Good morning, Carolyn and Brenda. Thanks for joining us today. All right, so we're kind of hitting the end of January here, and for the last few years, I have been trying to be more, and actually the first year that I came up with this whole thing is I had a word. I wanted a word that kind of helped guide us through the year. It sort of sets our intention, so to say, and so the word happened to be purposeful. I was not being as purposeful as I should be in buying yarn. You know, I would buy it because it's pretty. Did I have a pattern picked out for it? Did it make sense? I don't know, but it was sure pretty. And unfortunately, not all the pretty stuff that I think is pretty sells. And so we were trying to be a lot more purposeful about that. And that word just sort of, it reached into everything that we did, which I think just really kind of helped us and guided us through this, through that year. So this year, I actually came up with 3 words. They just sort of come to me, you know, and I came up with the first one. It was probably about November when I really started to, when that word really hit me, and it's gratitude. I'm choosing, and I'm going to read because I wrote this stuff down because I want to make sure I didn't miss things, right? I'm choosing the definition, according to Psychology Today online, of gratitude as the expression of appreciation for what one has. We are constantly comparing ourselves to the Joneses or the neighbors. Wouldn't it be nice to just look at what we have and be thrilled and proud of the life that we've created for ourselves? And even better, right? Even better, wouldn't it be a beautiful thing to be able to look over at the Joneses and the neighbors and be so happy for them and what they've built for themselves? Each morning, so with that in mind, and like, how am I going to bring gratitude into my life more? On my own level, right? And so, January 1, right? I sat down in my favorite chair, armed with a pink leather bound journal, a pen, and a steaming hot cup of coffee. And I sit and I just write one thing that I'm grateful for. And it just kind of sets my day, you know, puts me in that gratitude mindset right away. And I found that starting each day with a grateful heart, interestingly enough, had led to me feeling more compassionate. One of the things that I wrote about early on was I have a dog. He's an old dog. His name is Axel. And I was thinking about him one morning, and I thought, oh, Kay McIntyre. Should be a link for the hat somewhere in here. Maybe Callie will drop it in there again. So I thought, you know, I'm so grateful for what Axel has brought to our family and the love and that we've all felt for him over the years. Now Axel's really old, and Axel poops a lot in the laundry room, which is easy to clean up, so I'm so grateful he's doing it there. But I found that morning that I went in there after cleaning up once and walked in, and boy, there's more. Instead of getting frustrated like I do a lot and impatient about that, I had this just compassionate heart, and I thought, oh buddy, you've done such a good job for us. You know, the very least I can do is suffer through this, right? So that was kind of what led me, you know, I thought, wow, with gratitude you can feel so much more compassion. All right? And I think, so I like the way Wikipedia defined it. It is a feeling that motivates people to go out of their way to help the physical, mental, or emotional pains of another and themselves. A lot of definitions talk about being sympathetic to others. What I liked about this definition was the fact that they used the term motivation. I had an experience lately where there was a situation that was wrought with pain, where I was able to learn the importance of really listening to another person. Whether you agree with them or not, to listen to another and really think about how they might be right, or how they believe they're right, you know, what led them to that conclusion. So instead of thinking about that, instead of thinking about all the ways that they're wrong and they don't line up with what you're thinking, it was really uplifting. It was a powerful thing to be able to connect with that person, try to understand where they're coming from. The act of taking what one has to say and truly understand where it came from allowed me to feel empowered and confident in some of the decisions that I had to make. Just letting someone know that they have been heard and that their feelings matter truly means so much to the other person. I found that with gratitude in one hand, compassion in the other, and you mix them together, it's like you get this chemical reaction, right? And after the smoke clears, we have my third word. And I was kind of trying to think about what I wanted 21 to look like on the other end of it. You know, when we're in December, we look back on 2021, what did I want to see? And I thought, I want to see, and the word ended up being resilience. Okay. So I thought of a phoenix originally, you know, rising from the ashes. But I didn't want to lose everything and have to be reborn. And so the next logical thing would be not allowing the obstacles that are in our path, the ones that were in 2020 that will continue into 2021, to destroy us, but to overcome, adapt, and move forward. And so to me, that's why resilience made so much more sense. And I think with having that compassionate heart and having that gratitude, that really sets you up to become resilient and to adapt. And anyhow, what was I saying? The Oxford Languages, their second definition for resilience was the ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape, or elasticity. I liked that one a lot because it made me think about, well, there you go. The first definition, however, was the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. Doesn't sound a lot like wool, maybe a little bit, but I really like the word recover. I like that much more than starting anew. Working with what we've got, being grateful for what we've got and working with it. So now that I have these tools in my toolbox, what does it mean? How does it affect the Twisted staff, the Twisted you, and most importantly, the Twisted community out there? For starters, and probably the thing that you will see most, is gratitude. I want you to literally walk in here and just feel how grateful we are that you're here and that we get to engage with you and talk to you and find out what you're doing, and you get to share with us, and we're listening and we're being compassionate, right? I want you to come in. I just want you to feel that when you get in here. On January 1, after I got done writing, you know, in my journal, I also decided, you know, another way to incorporate this every day was I'm going to start writing thank you cards. I'm going to handwrite a thank you card. I'm going to stick it in the mail and mail it to somebody. All right. So my goal, I may not get it done every day, but my goal is 365 cards this year. Some days I don't get it done, but some days I end up writing 4 or 5. So it's all going to work out. At least this first month anyway, just about got her done. And here's the interesting thing about that is that, and I hadn't expected it, right? I started sending these out. And then even today, this morning, I get a text message from somebody I sent one of these cards to, and they were so grateful. They were so grateful to feel appreciated, and it just brought a little spark into their day. You know, you go out, oh, I got to read this because I feel like I wrote it really, really well. So I often get a text message or a phone call thanking me for the little note of gratitude that they found among the noise that they pulled from their mailbox, right? I don't know about you, but I can throw away about 75% of what shows up in my mailbox. So it's fun to get something that is just personal and, I mean, full of gratitude. I feel like I said a few of these things, so I'm going to skim down here. I think this last year was hard. It was hard on a lot of people, right? And you really kind of look at some of these small retail businesses, and they got hit pretty darn hard. And there's a lot of them that aren't going to make it and that are going to have to close their doors. And I thank you to my amazing staff and community. We got bendy and we adapted, and we are still here. And we are going strong. But I hope to do better than to just still be here, though. We are looking at really stepping up our game this year. We're trying to get out into the community as much as COVID will allow and create some amazing experiences for all of you out there. To create some amazing experiences for all of you out there that you will be looking back on for years to come. I think that is so important these days. People, they can buy stuff anywhere. You can go online and buy whatever you want, right? Anywhere you want with free shipping here. It's on sale over there. It shows you the best price you can get it, right? But I think the thing that people are really craving, especially now that they're so limited as far as what they can do and get around and mingle with people, right, are these experiences. I want a positive, uplifting, enriching experience. So we are going to focus on those. We are going to really work on those this year. As a matter of fact, we have one coming up next month. and I'm going to keep talking about it, and it's on our calendar, and there's a Facebook event for it. It's called the Sip and Shear. We've teamed up with Carey Hill Winery out between Marsing and Homedale. They have Carey Hill sheep, which are absolutely adorable. And we call it the Sip and Shear. It is where wine and wool meet. And we have a whole fun day filled with enriching type activities that people can partake in. Number one, you have the shearer out there. You get to watch these sheep being sheared and how that all works. And then we're working on getting somebody out there that can really talk you through the skirting and the grading and how you figure out what wool is best for what. We're going to have spinners. We're going to have weavers. We're going to have knitting demonstrations. Might even have an opportunity to felt some soaps. I think Natalia might do a little workshop on that while we're out there that day. You get to learn more about the Carey Hill Winery, which is an amazing story behind it. Mindy, the owner, is fantastic, and she has this truly amazing story of resilience that she's experienced in her life. And God bless her, and I am so grateful that she is willing to share that. So, I mean, just to come out and listen to Mindy's story is pretty extraordinary. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have somebody there making you coffee, a donut truck, okay? So we got food out there. Kids are welcome. It should be an amazing day. So it's coming February 27th. Only thing that might put a wrench in it would be the weather, which they got to shear anyway, I guess, unless it's too cold. But anyhow, get that on your books now. Put it on there now. You got to come out. It is going to be an amazing day. So that really kind of just wraps up what I want to talk about for this next year and what it looks like. And I wish that my comments would scroll, but they don't. Brenda, good morning, Sherry. Thanks for joining. Oh, Tracy, I'm so glad. Yeah, that's good. Hello, Pamela. Natalia, she's online. Yeah, I can't wait. Oh, hey, Monica. Good to see you. Talk to my Marsing man, my friend. He can. Oh, I love you, Monica. She was my neighbor. I had the greatest. I had this one neighborhood. Not that my neighbors haven't been, great, but God, we lived in this neighborhood, this cul-de-sac, where like 4 or 5 of us just spent the most amazing amount of time together. I've never had a neighborhood like that before. Monica, I miss you. She left us and moved a few hours away, so we only get to see her once in a while, and I'm hoping we're going to get to see you again soon. Sherry. All right, you guys. So that's kind of my message. I hope it does. It sounds like it's kind of helped a few of you. Something that you needed to hear. I just can't stress the importance of holding that gratitude, man. I think that's where it all starts. That's the foundation of it all. So I'm going to talk about a few things that I want to mention about the store. We're going to put a couple of select yarns on sale. I think they're just 20% off. And a couple of my favorites, right? So one of them is Wool Pop. Let me get the right one. Wool Pop. Okay, and it's a wool, obviously it's a wool and bamboo blend. There you go. It's 50% wool, 50% bamboo, 35 wool, and then 15 polyamide. It's got this neat little sheen to it. That bamboo is always so much fun. It just adds this little bit of brightness to it. And so I actually had knit this. All right, this is an Anchor summer shirt. I had knit this out of the peach. It was such an easy, fun knit. And it fits, I love the stitch definition, right? You can really see where I wove in yarn right there. And look at the little collar. It was so easy to do. And hey, if you want, you can make it a long sleever. And you can wear it during the Idaho springs, right? So, great sweater, great knit, highly recommend it. That bamboo wool pop is washable. Fantastic for kids' garments and things like that. So please come in and check it out. Got it on a great price. Thank you, Pam. Talked all about this earlier. You missed it though. You got on a little late. Okay. Next one. is our DK Merino Superwash by Plymouth. And this is just 100% superwash, but it's only got 130 yards on the skein. So it's kind of nice, especially if you're doing color work and stuff. And so I knit this for our sweater weather get together. Okay, it's a cute little kid sweater. So those little smaller skeins were so handy. You didn't have to have a whole bunch of yarn left over. This was a super fun knit. It's called Crazy Heart. And it was super easy. Top-down construction, which is my favorite. I can't tell you how much I love not doing seams. I don't know if anybody else feels that way about it. But anyhow, and these sizes, actually they go from like little kids all the way up to grown-ups. So you can, yeah, it's super versatile. And like I said, it was a pretty simple one. It was good for kind of a beginner color work too. I'm gonna thumb through some of these comments. Boy, Pamela, you just comment away. You keep at it. I love the engagement. Okay, so what we have coming up for trunk shows, and by the way, once again, remind you, Dye Lot Studios is still in the house, right? They're gonna stay an extra week, and we still have quite a bit of yarn here to come in. We got enough for some sweater quantities if you want. As a matter of fact, I'd mentioned earlier that one of their worsted weight yarn would knit up really nice for this. Pam, the kid sweater is the Crazy Heart. This is the Honey Moss by Andrea Mallory. Again, she has some beautiful worsted weights that would work really nice for this pattern. So come in and check her stuff out. Our next one is not next week, but the following week. We've got Chicken Coop. And then after that, Fairy Tale Knits, and they're coming back again. So we've had them once before, and I think people really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to see what they send this time. I learned to knit in the round, so I didn't have to sew seams, right, Kathleen? Oh God, that's brilliant. I was so grateful when I learned that one. And the magic loop, so I don't have to use those pesky little tiny short needles. What are those called again? Double points. Double points. Oh, I am a magic looper. All right, so middle of February, the 12th through the 15th, we're going to do the I Love You event, right? So it's just, we're gonna have the Spin the Swift out, get a chance at some discounts and prizes, and we'll have some other little fun things kind of going on that we'll let you know about as we get a little bit closer. But it's an extended weekend. That's Valentine's Day and President's Day, like bam, bam. So I hope you guys can definitely make it in during that. Julie the Magic Loop, right? All right, March 6th is going to be our annual buyback day. For those of you that don't know what the buyback is, this is your opportunity to go through your stash, you know, and I don't know about you, but there's a few in mine that I look at now and I thought, what in the world were you thinking? So you are not gonna knit this. Let's not have it just take up space anymore. Let's let somebody else have an opportunity at it, right? So you clean those out, you bring them into us on the 6th of March. We're gonna weigh it, and then we're gonna pay you 5 U-Bucks per pound. So U-Bucks you spend in the store, okay? So you can go and you can get rid of, you know, clean your stash out a little bit, and then you can buy more. So that's brilliant, right? So come in, March 6th, go through your stashes so that you can get in here and take advantage of that. Just finished socks of the Magic Loop 2 at a time. Kay, brilliant. God, I need to do more socks, and I need to learn how to do the 2 at a time, because I would be that person that does the one and then is like over it and it has a hard time getting the second one done. Okay, so March 6th, buyback, 5 U-Bucks per pound. Go through your stashes. I've already talked to you about Carey Hill, the end of the 27th, and classes, right? Our classes, people are loving it, and they are signing up for them, and we're trying to get them on as fast as we can. We have to do smaller class sizes due to the COVID restrictions, and so, and we're following, you know, the protocols, wearing masks and stuff like that, and keeping it safe so that people can come in and learn. We got some Libby's going to be teaching some beginner crochet classes. And by the way, Crochet Month, National Crochet Month is March. So you need to know that's coming, right? We're going to be talking a lot about crocheting in the next month. Oh, I forgot. I can't believe I did this. February starts in like what, 3 days? So be ready. February 1, the February challenge starts. Every day you're going to have a little prompt so that you can, and you know, like one of them I think is just called selfie, right? So you take a selfie of you wearing something that you knit, post it up on Instagram, hashtag February challenge, hashtag Twisted Ewe, hashtag getting twisted at the U. We got all kinds of hashtags. Anyhow, so it's a great opportunity to just really kind of engage, and not only, you know, just people in the Twisted community, but you're looking at worldwide. Tons of people get on and participate in this. So I highly suggest that you partake. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of ways to get inspired and see some new things. So get with it, all right? I think that's it. That's all I got. So what does that mean? It means it's giveaway time. Okay. So today, we are giving away a skein of Booga sport weight, 365 yards, 70% super, 20% cashmere, my favorite blend. Gorgeous colors, look at that. The blues and the turquoise and the browns and the golds. I have to take this home. Haha, I hope I'm in the drawing. Okay, and a pom-pom. So we can knit a cute little swirl hat if you want, put a little pom-pom on it, okay? So that's our giveaway. And for those of you that don't know and are sitting there saying, how do I get involved in the giveaway? Well, just drop a comment down below or interact, like the video, love the video, interact in some way. We get your name, and that's even after the video has been done and you watched it later, you can still participate. So make sure you drop a comment or interact with the video in some way, and we'll get your name in for the drawing. So here we go. I got my little bowl full of little tiny pieces of paper. Oh, I dropped one. Be right back. Going back in, okay. All right, so there's the one. Oh, my friend Christine Asen. Winna chicken dinner. That is awesome. I think I might have to teach her how to knit. Thank you for watching and being supportive. So appreciate you guys, all of you that are sitting there just listening to me hammer on. Anyhow, that's what I got. That's my day. So grateful that that you're watching, that you're joining in. So grateful that you're there. So everybody, have a fantastic Thursday. Don't forget to come in and check out a couple of those yarns I talked about this weekend. And y'all just stay twisted out there, okay? Catch you next Thursday. Bye.